Did you know that love is all around you?
Allow me to demonstrate the skill of Shaolin, the special technique of shadow boxing.
Sigh. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Do we have audio? We got audio, right? Okay, we Gucci. What's going on, y'all? What's cracking? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? We don't have double music, do we? Hey, what's happening, everybody? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's been a minute. Been a couple days. I've been really sick. It's been really bad. But I'm human again now. I'm human again now. We're out here. We're back. How is it going, everybody? How's it cracking? What's rolling outside? Hold on. Okay, we need to do some predictions, right? Elephant and Team Aster on Vici. Sorry, not Aster. What happened? Okay, Loki, just type another message quick. Oh, I should just give you mod things, dude. I will put you on. 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 And of course, we're going to give Ali some mod privileges. I don't know if Ali's still out here in chat, but you know, Ali's getting the thing. We're generous today. And we've just opened up some bets, opened up these here predictions. And yeah, let's roll. Wait, we didn't do the predictions just yet, actually. Hold on. Hold up. Besides, we're still going to have a little bit of time before the picks get really interesting. I mean, what? We have Tide Coddle right now on the one side, right? Tide has been in ultimately every other game. Silence has been even more games. Storm Spirit is like the mid-hero right now. So literally nothing interesting has happened in terms of the drafts just yet. So we still have a little bit of time here. How is it possible that I'm always pressed for time? Like, seriously, I actually would like to know. Like, this is kind of a... it's a matter of importance here. All right, cool. So let's open predictions open. I'm also gonna need to put out a tweet about this shit, don't I? Nah. I did not get. I got vaccinated the other day. There was fear around me having COVID last month because my family had COVID and I was a primary caregiver during that time. And yeah, you know, I was terrified honestly every other day that I was gonna catch the Rona, but thankfully I didn't. Let's just say a fantastic sun. What day is it today? It's Friday, right? Yeah. Fantastic Friday. Yes. I've been trying to be a lot more when it comes to like my self-promotion. I'm trying to keep it low-key these days, you know. I feel like I actually went a bit too hard sometimes in terms of like the tweets I would put out. So now I'm just trying to be low-key. There's a lot that I'm trying in life right now, y'all. But you know, we chilling, we rolling, we vibing. All right. Y'all ready? We cool? We down? Let's do it. Elephant Vici. The thing about this matchup that is quite interesting, right? Just in terms of the potential results and the ramifications that this matchup is going to have on, you know, the standings as they are right now, which teams get to the playoffs. It is unfortunately because of the fact that they were not able to catch themselves a full dub. I think it is pretty much guaranteed that Aster Aries is the team that's going to be eliminated. But right now for Vici, if they win this game, right, then they go up 4-2 in the entirety of the group. For Elephant, if they win this game, they go up 4-2, and the other team goes down to 4-3. There's only one slot remaining in the upper bracket, so you want that slot. You want to be there. You want to be the person that is already guaranteed, like the round 2 slot rather than the round 1 slot. So, Elephant, let's see what they got. Actually, wait, is this the last game for both of them as well? Yes, it is. Oh shit! Based. RNG still has to play. I mean, RNG played Aster Aries today, right? So, does somebody want to let me know? I didn't see that last game. What was the result of the last game? Hey, Johnny! Shout out. Loki, did you manage to watch the last game? And can you just quickly tell us who won the very last game between Aster Aries and RNG? In the meantime, while that information is coming up, hey, Johnny! Shout out Johnny, man. Johnny the legend. Johnny the cheerser. Johnny's just making sure that his name never leaves the overlay screen, man. Johnny's out here. Anyway, looking at the game right now, we'll discuss ramifications a bit later. We're deep enough into the draft to make some particular predictions. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, hold on. This is actually going to bother me so much, I should just find out. Come on, Dota. Jesus Christ, dude. Come on, come on. It's not that hard, Dota 2. There we go. RNG 1, cool. So RNG is right now 4-2. Given some of the head-to-head matchups, it's going to be interesting because RNG lost to Vici, but they beat Elephant. So if Elephant wins this one, then RNG stays second. If Vici wins, Vici goes top 2. All right, cool. Now we're done. Elephant have gone in for a Grimstroke Lifestealer in phase 2 of their draft. First one on the other side for Vici. They go for Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend. The Ori Shadow Fiend, kind of a classic as well, something we've seen time and time again. Shout out Johnny again. What a legend, dude. What a legend. Do it again, do it again, do it again. Hey, Felix, what's good, fam? What's good? Vici have gone in for this very heavy teamfight lineup, right? We used to see this Ori Shadow Fiend quite a lot back in the day. The great thing about this is a very newbie-esque draft, just, you know, replacing the Shadow Fiend with Naga Siren. Tidehunter, Disruptor, Keeper of the Light. An absurd amount of teamfight in one small area. Requiem of Souls is going to trigger in a massive way. So will the Ravage. So will eventually the Ignis from Coddle when he gets Ags. The Disruptor Static Storm, super good in this game. But the crucial thing is going to be the Glimpse and how they utilize that on the map. The side of Team Elephant, very high execution based draft here, super heavy farming on the Lifestealer, and then you transition into more pick-off orientation, diving deep into the back areas of the fight. With Inkswell on a particular target, you put Inkswell on the Storm Spirit, he gets infested into by the Lifestealer, you jump very far in deep, Inkswell procs, Lifestealer comes out, a hero is dead. That is a very, very reliable strategy here to be employed by the side of Elephant. Of course, they also have access to this Grimstroke. We don't necessarily have the greatest Soulbind combos just yet, but having access to Storm Spirit Soulbind is surprisingly very good. Surprisingly very good. And you still have option for Aghanim Scepter. Although the one thing is that if I'm looking at this team of Vici Gaming, they're not necessarily all going to be playing in the same part of the map. Like, the Tidehunter is going to blink in with the Ravage. You know, Shadow Fiend is going to be your primary person in the fight, dishing out the damage everywhere. But these two supports are going to be very far from each other. Tidehunter ideally doesn't want to be near the fights at the beginning. So I kind of feel like the safe lane hero they need to pick here needs to be some Jug, some Terrorblade, some kind of hero that can actually stay there and fight versus the Lifestealer. I am not sure about this Drow. Like, I know what I'm saying about the entire map being spread. Might make it a little bit safer to play a Drow into, because you know that there's going to be a Tidehunter in front of you, there's a Shadow Fiend in front of you, there's less liability in that sense. You also have some degree of protection from your two supports. However, if you get jumped on as Drow, you get eviscerated this game. Like, one zip with Lifestealer inside it and you're gone as Poyoyo. To make matters worse, now that Nightstalker has been picked up here for the side of Elephant, if Nightstalker has a good game, which he should have, given that the laning phase is not really a problem for the Nightstalker into Drow matchup. So you should be able to get off to a decent enough start for yourself as Nightstalker. If you ever get Blink Dagger, dude, this is such a good game for this Nightstalker actually. Like, Blink Dagger on this hero in this go around would make such a huge, huge difference in terms of what they're going to be able to find in the midst of these fights. It's another hero that can be infested into by the Lifestealer, another hero who's an amazing Inkswell target. It's a big, big silence, which applying this on DY in particular, getting the Disruptor out of this fight early. And now they also have multiple avenues of initiation. You can go in with Somnus on the Storm on one target whilst the Nightstalker is targeting another, and you're not going to run into these situations where you're all in on the initiation but you can't do anything once you're there. There's a lot of damage that they have on the side of Elephant. Storm and Lifestealer certainly no slouches, but we've also seen these Nightstalker heroes put up some pretty absurd damage numbers in some of these engagements. So, wow, this is weird. I like an Elephant draft, and I think it'll suit them in how they play the game. What? What is happening? All right, this is things you don't see every day. Excitement about an Elephant draft. We do have the Somnus Storm Spirit, of course, which is going to make a huge difference. But for me, the biggest thing I like about their draft is that all of their heroes complement and work well with one another. We sometimes have these Elephant drafts which, when you assess the viability of how they're going to play, seem a bit weird, but this seems very nice. And the thing about it is that it also feels nice against what Vici have. I am very concerned about this Drow Ranger pick, I'll be honest. I'm not sure it's going to work out for Poyoyo. I think a lot of the brunt of this game is still going to come down to Ori. I really feel they needed another hero who could stand their ground. I suppose Shadow Fiend can be that hero if you get a good start, right? We've often seen it be the case. You get your bottle, you get your trades, you get BKB. And then suddenly you're the big man on campus. You pitch up and everyone has to flee away from you. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know. The double silences from the Night Stalker and Silencer, the potential Orchid to emerge from Somnus. Yeah, sure, BKB will help you through that, but you might need BKB plus one item. And it's not like even when you get BKB that you're fully going to be immortal here, given that there is a Eurus Lifestealer also in the field. Yo, shit. Yo. I like this elephant draft. I still think Vici's... Vici, I'm thinking, is like... For me, personally, this is like a 45, 55. Slightly favored for elephant. In terms of the draft... I like Vici's draft as well in terms of how I know this team tends to play. I actually think Elephant's got game one. Personally, I think Elephant's got game one. I think they've got game one. And, Buster Ponos, shout out to you for coming back, OG. Unfortunately, yesterday I was sick as a dog. It was pretty bad, wasn't great. And I was unable to cast, but my health is getting a lot better, so... Tomorrow, when the playoffs begin, we will have no issues in terms of the games being brought to you in full HD. But for now, Elephant versus Vici Gaming. We are underway. Game number 1 here in this best of 3 set. One of the two squads is going to wind up earning themselves second place. Well, if Vici ends up with a dub here. Otherwise, RNG most likely going to hold down that spot, but we'll see. This is the final matchup of the group stages. Unfortunately, and I'm sorry for not being able to provide the same degree of comprehensive coverage that we did in Season 1, but it is what it is. What can we do? Down bottom, let's take a look at what these lanes will look like. Super versus Eurus, or with Eurus, excuse me. Both of them taking on Old 11 and PYW. PYW. This Coddle hero, man. This Coddle hero. It's... been a bit of a revelation for every position 4 player. And of course, in this game, it's going to enable the Tidehunter's lane so much. Allow him to actually have a really good lane against the Lifestealer. Generally speaking, Tide's lane against Lifestealer is fine, but it's going to be a good lane because of the assistance of Coddle. In the meantime, Somnus, man, came very close to being able to bring down Ori here. And Ori needs to be a little bit careful. Doesn't have the bottle in his inventory right now, so very far behind in the regen war. Somnus comes in with the electric vortex, knows full well that there's not going to be a kill, but you're just content with being able to secure the better positioning in this lane. Unfortunately, couldn't find all the denies he wanted to, but still a very good scenario for Somnus. Going to be soon doubling up the CS of the Shadow Fiend after he takes out this young ranged creep. And this is not one of those games for Somnus where there's that much danger outside of this Disruptor, which is kind of interesting, right? They first picked the Storm Spirit, or first phased it, but still not that many counters on the side of Vici Gaming. Erica, of course, will have access to Gust, but I do imagine that this is going to be a game where we see Somnus opting for very early ways to remove the silencers that get applied onto him. DY might be in some danger here. Yang doesn't have enough mana for a Void, but they still will be able to try and run this Disruptor down. DY attempts to TP out. Dude, that was... What a next level read. He knows that Yang will not have enough mana to throw out the Void and cancel the TP. So he's able to just get back to safety, pop a salve, and everything is cool. What a player, dude. What a player. Bottom lane, the first Inkswell combo of the game. Well, probably not the first one, but the first one we see comes out with Eurus. Just making sure that they have some harass potential onto Old 11. They know full well that just leaving Old 11 is a bad idea. Fortunately, Eurus does have a lot of self-sustain, but man, PYW. Long range, lots of damage being peppered into these heroes. So frustrating to play these matchups against the Keeper of the Light right now. Hey, Trenchworms, shout out, fam. Shout out. I'm glad you're enjoying the added production elements. Unfortunately, my green screen fell, but I bought like 10 meters of duct tape and I'm going to be recreating it. So by the time we come back tomorrow for the playoffs, we'll have the green screen in the background again and the elevated clouds. It's going to be awesome. Vici. This mid lane hasn't, of course, gone according to plan, but you kind of expect this situation. I'm kind of surprised that they haven't tried to spend time with PYW stacking these camps. I think now that you've attained level 4 for Old 11, that you can leave him alone more often in the lane. I think it's going to be very important for Vici to accelerate using stacks in this game. And there's a lot of farm these heroes need to get, eh? Oh, bottom. They wanted to run down PYW, but Eurus has the rage, going to be able to run this one back. Then the top lane, Yang's in trouble. Is this finally going to be the first blood? It looks that way. And indeed, DY draws the life of Yang. But Poyoyo might not escape from this one for free. FY trying to chase him down. Fairy Fire will be there to keep Poyoyo alive. And the Thunder Strike will apply a slow onto FY and allow them to get the turn. Double kill for DY here in the top lane. The Night Stalker, CS leader at this point in the game. I mean, we were talking about it in the draft, how that lane is absolutely not a problem for you as Night Stalker. It is a problem if you're dying, though. That kind of sucks. Oh, Loki. Yeah, I remember that. Yo, that comparison was based, dude. But this is all y'all in the community. Gang people contributed to this in the same way that gang people are going to contribute to this potential kill on Ori. But unfortunately, they do not have the damage. And with the TP in from DY, the appearance of PYW on the Coddle, it will turn out to be an impossible mission. And the Shadow Fiend will retain his life. He keeps living. Unfortunately, that does mean that they have to draw supports away from the side lanes. So that means Night Stalker and the Lifestealer are going to have a very good time for the next few moments. Somnus, needing to be very careful. Dude, that was actually so sick from Somnus. Like, he reads when the raise is coming, jumps forward, right, through the raise, and he knows that if he jumps back, that's actually putting him in a dangerous position in the event that it's a really good rune that gets given up, say like some haste rune or something. But with FY covering the top illusion rune, he can just zip in and out, make sure that there's no possible jump further, and because he doesn't have a rune getting taken away from him, he knows there's no mana for a full kill coming in from the Shadow Fiend. So very nice heads up play. Top lane, they really want to try and get this kill onto Poyoyo. Yang's about to crack level 6, and then we'll have Dark Ascension available. FY, unfortunately, his attempt to be sneaky here, not going to really pay massive dividends. And they're trying to chase down DY and actually keep him away from Poyoyo. This is going to be massive. Inkswell comes out and it does trigger. The illusions from this illusion rune allow them to get the kill on the Straw Ranger. Ori, TP to the top lane, gets revenge on FY, but might lose his life as well. Look at these illusions, putting in work and damage. Yang doesn't have enough mana for another spell. And PYW comes top and they defend Ori. Close call, and it requires them now to retreat away from this area. Fortunately, they kept running because Somnus also showed up hoping to clean up a hero or two, but they do have not just the defensive vision, but the defensive action already being taken. Still, ultimately, very good news for Elephant. Kill onto Erica. Bottom lane, Lifestealer still farming here. Sure, you're trading farm with Old 11, but the importance of the Lifestealer to this game and him having a good time, of Night Stalker also having a good time, is going to outweigh rather the advantage given towards Vici for this Tidehunter. So Vici, I kind of think they're in a bit of trouble right now. They need to figure out a way to at least get more of these stacks going. There's lots of farm on Ori and Tidehunter, but I do not think this Ori Shadow Fiend wants to get involved in fights just yet. Like bigger fights, not these smaller skirmishes. These he'll take all day. Quick burst. DY was there to make sure that if somebody TP'd in, the glimpse was going to send them right back to when they came. Now the responsibility will be there for Shadow Fiend to apply the tower pressure. At the same time, Yang has completely taken over this top lane and they forced Poyoyo back into the jungle. And remember, this is not a jungle where there are that many stacks. Let's actually check where he's farming at right now. Cleaning out this one stack. Oh, okay, never mind. That's a pretty big ancient stack. So once we have multi-shot available again, that's a ton of farm for him. At the same time, I would maybe like to see Old 11 grabbing that farm, but Old 11 is farmed enough. Most farmed hero on the map at present. I wonder who cleans that one up. Drow, I actually don't think is strong enough to do it yet, but we'll see what happens after she picks up the D-Lance. Right now, the side of Vici need to be careful because there's a smoke gang coming in from Elephant. They don't have any clear vision on any of these heroes on the map, and they've got some very interesting wards here laid out by Elephant or by Vici Gaming to defend the top area of the map, and they're just playing entirely away from it. They're letting Yang have the lane. They're like, dude, you know what, we're not gonna bother with you, man. Finish your Echo Saber, do what you need to do. We are more interested in taking out this ancient stack, and we want to do this quickly and want to do this now, lest there be potential for them to steal it away from us later. The one downside of this is that a lot of this gold will be distributed uniformly rather than going directly into spiking up a certain hero. But on the bright side, this is happening whilst they keep the smoke gank active from Elephant. So Somnus didn't get much farm in these last couple of moments. In the meantime, Drow did get some of those ancients, so she's now in a decent-ish place in the game, even if not necessarily where she wants to be. And Vici, this is so great. This is why I love Dota 2, y'all. Decision making can really turn things around. And Vici, if any other team who's deciding to rather have Drow Ranger doing the normal thing or farming in the jungle whilst Tidehunter and Shadow Fiend take the ancient, massive ancient stack, they'd have a dead Drow right now. But Vici are like, well, they're probably gonna wanna take over our jungle anyway, so let's just play around the stack. Let's just keep all our cores nearby each other. And with DY now having access to level 6, if they can lay out a static storm onto Eurus, they'll prevent the rage escape. Eurus trying desperately to finish Omelette. He needs to get out of here, dude. Dude, just get out of here, dude. Dude, what are you doing, dude? Eurus, dude. Eurus, dude. Like, I know you have global to cover, but that was 100% unnecessary. You could have just TP'd out, and then it would have been fine. And you might die anyway. What the? Dude! Dude! Dude, seriously, come on, Eurus. Seriously, fam. Yo, I'm really mad right now. On behalf of FY, I'm really upset. And now he's gonna die because he can't cover himself with global. So they have easy spells to be able to hunt him down with. He's gonna end up losing his life. That was 100% honest. That was so bad, actually. Certainly did not need to happen, but Eurus now back middle. They've taken the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane, and Vici will now put themselves towards middle to press onto this tier 1. Old 11 being tanky enough and strong enough to just put himself at the forefront of things. He's like, well, I've got this Ravage. What are y'all gonna do? And because Elephant spent a significant amount of time, especially with the Storm Spirit, rotating on the map to try and find kills, they actually don't have much farm on this hero. They need to get some fights ASAP. Bottom lane, a fight will start. Yang's going to be the one that gets brought down first, though. Here comes the Inkswell combo. They've jumped onto Poyoyo. Will they be able to get this kill early? Not just yet. The fear from Ori will bounce back Somnus right before he was going to get the lethal hit out, allowing PYW to claim a double kill here as he brings down Yang as well. Poyoyo somehow survives. Ori, what a time to be alive. That Requiem changes everything at the last moments. And yet again, an attempted fight from Elephant. They should have just sacked Yang there. There was no way they were going to get anything going there. And the thing is, they actually don't have any of their critical items just yet. Yang did not finish an Echo Saber. He spent a lot of time in these trees down bottom, thinking about putting himself on a target instead of just farming. Somnus has spent a lot of time moving with his squad, smoked up, trying to look for certain zips. The only person who's been getting any semblance of net worth has been this Lifestealer at times, but even then, it's been in very dangerous areas of the map. Yang has the Echo Saber now, but what's crazy is most of the gold that Yang has in his bank right now came from the laning phase and him being able to take the tier 1 tower in the top lane. SF's getting BKB, dude. SF will get BKB every single game. Every single game. Every single game. Like, Treads, BKB. Honestly, like, when we were talking about this earlier, and I was thinking about who's going to be the hero that soaks up all the damage front lines for everybody, one of the reasons I was reticent to suggest that the Shadow Fiend would be able to do it is that I didn't assume he was going to be able to get to the full BKB without there being at least one item on the side of Elephant that can put some threat against them. But Those items don't exist just yet, so he's gonna get this BKB free and clear. And they might get a kill now onto the Storm Spirit as well. They're trying to bring him down. Global Silence will cover him. Will he be able to zip away to safety? Yes, he does. Unfortunate usage of the spell. The question is, will Super pay the price here? Yep, he doesn't have any way to get out, but the rest of the team is trying to cover him. The Requiem of Souls comes in after the glimpse, and it allows him to finish that kill. Inkswell comes out with Eurus. They chase down Ori, and Ori's falling fairly low. Will they be able to kill him? Yes, they do. The Death Requiem, though, will set up both Eurus and Somnus to get brought down as Old 11 throws in the Ravage. Yang will fly into DY, able to at least eliminate one of the supports. Poyoyo is being jumped on right now with the Night Stalker right on top of him. This is the most dangerous place to be as Poyoyo. Somnus having come back. He didn't die the first time around, but he doesn't have enough mana to go forward for the kill. Yang will be able to claim it with the Void, and now they're chasing back for the Keeper of the Light. PYW taken down by Yang. This Night Stalker showing up big in this here fight. As 4 heroes fall, Elephant finally claim an engagement of their own. Unfortunate that they lose Eurus, but good God almighty, what a gold exchange for them. And Yang, the prime beneficiary of this, suddenly more than halfway towards getting himself a BKB. Hey, Dev, we are, bruh. We are, Dev. We are. We certainly are overdue. We certainly are overdue. I actually have an idea of how we can make that one interesting, how we can make it work. Trench... Yo, this Night Stalker. What we saw in that fight is kind of what the idea of this Night Stalker pick is able to give you. As soon as he's there, consider the difference in their capability before he arrived and after. Beforehand, I mean, sure, they did kill Ori quite easily. You know, okay, easily being a bit of an overstatement there, but his Requiem was down. They're like, all right, we can go make this jump onto him. And between Eurus and Somnus, they're able to bring him down, but afterwards, it was too scary in the fight with Drow Ranger throwing in the right clicks. But once Yang is there on the Drow, Drow does nothing. Still very surprised by this last pick Drow. Honestly, I think that Vici Gaming, overall, the game has been going well enough to sort of cover the weaknesses of the heroes. But in that fight, we got to see it front and center. And once this BKB is finished for Yang and he gets Blink Dagger, that's when things get so dangerous. And we saw the difference in effectiveness in these fights. Old 11 at the time had much more farm than Yang did, but after you throw in the Ravage, you've already used your Hood of Defiance. There's a limited amount of utility you still have in that fight. Yang, of course, much more effective over longer durations. And now we're gonna see some of that effectiveness as they smoke up, looking to try and find a target in the jungle. Ori's the first one they're gonna come across here. Will they be able to bring him down? Slowed down by the Void. And there's the Static Storm, though. So dangerous. Global Silence will be there, but Eurus didn't get off the rage in time. Will he be able to infest? No, he cannot. So he's gonna get brought down. Ravage from Old 11 after the 4-star will allow them to catch Yang. And Ori claims a double kill. Double damage rune was activated, and now with those kills, it's an invitation to go into the Roshan pit. First Aegis of the game up for grabs in Vici Gaming. What a fight! And dude, Eurus is playing like trash. I don't want to say it, but like, I don't actually have a more euphemistic way to say it. He is not playing this lifestealer very well this game.
The magnificent creature did not suffer overmuch.
And because they don't have this reliable lifestealer, like, they need his damage. He still doesn't have the first Mithril Hammer for the Desolator. My God, he's underfarmed. Somnus making a very dangerous jump here. Okay. Okay, bro. I don't know what that one was about, man. Cool. Feels bad. You know what really sucks about this game as well? Is that Lifestealer has never been the hero you want to be playing to catch up. Especially not when you're playing it into a game where there are items that these heroes can purchase that make your game a lot harder. If they ever get to the point where the Shadow Fiend gets Scardy, my God. Very scary. A lot of pressure on Yang. Lots of pressure on Yang. For the foreseeable future, they should try and avoid this Lifestealer being involved in fights. If Yang's able to pick up this BKB and they get a Blink Dagger out of it, then they can use him and Eurus to jump forward. I mean, and Somnus. Somnus needs to get BKB as well, though. I'm very glad that he just went Kaya BKB. Didn't waste time going for the full Sergeant Kaya. It's like, mate, you're playing into Static Storm, you're playing into Gust, you need BKB. You're a Storm Spirit, so no other option. PYW as well. Building the Lotus Orb. Not very far away from being able to pick this one up. These supports. And so scary. Also pretty high level. What's the experience gap between the two sides? It's cresting on to 7,000 mark right now. And the thing is, it's not like these heroes are slowing down in terms of their farm rate either. There was a point in this game where the top 3 roles were not just, you know, Vici gaming heroes plus Yang. But Drow's gonna surpass Yang at some point, especially with the build-up that she's going for right here. She decides to send back the Grove Bow, content with keeping the Brigand's Blade. Silver Edge will be emerging with BKB as well. Okay, they might get something here. Alright. This might finally be some good luck for them. Phantom's Embrace will prevent the Ravage for now. Yang will activate the big Dark Ascension, flying over, keeping the silence out onto the Tidehunter, but Eurus wasn't there with damage. Somnus wasn't there to drag him back, so they can't actually keep him in position. And FY is just gonna die here. Like, so they triggered Dark Ascension for nothing. Then a glimpse back FY, easy kill. Tier 2 tower should fall as well down here in the bottom lane. Man, this is... Whew. Vici Gaming is putting on a clinic here. Team Elephant seem like they don't really have their head in this game, honestly. So many bizarre decisions coming in from the squad. But the thing is, this is always a risk with Elephant, is that any given game has a potential to just turn into, we've all been there, one of those games where the server is not very loud right now, you know? There's a little bit of silence on Discord. People are just quietly chilling, being like, yeah, man. Yeah, this is what's happening. Shadow Fiend. Now that he has BKB, Aegis, Grove Bow, all that's next is damage. This is also what's great about the way that this game has panned out for Vici. All of the concerns about their lives being lost are moot because there's no damage from this Lifestealer. There still is no real impact available from the Storm Spirit either, which is quite peculiar given how good Storm Spirit has seemed of late. And honestly, if I'm trying to think about like kill combos with Storm Spirit, I'm imagining heroes like Grimstroke, Lifestealer, Night Stalker, Silencer. But it just hasn't panned out for Elephant. And frankly speaking, their entire draft requires them getting kills and winning some of these smaller skirmishes to be effective. The fact that they can't, they're going to get outfarmed by Vici Gaming. Vici have Old 11 Tidehunter, Shadow Fiend, and Drow Ranger. Comparing and contrasting the 1v1 matchups, they're obviously going to outfarm you. And once those heroes outfarm you, and you no longer have the capability of fighting them, you can't, what can you actually do? Oh boy. Yang does have the BKB now though, and we're gonna try moving into this Blink Dagger. We also have the Desolator available from this Lifestealer. The idea to angle towards the Eye of Skadi. A venerable goal, but there is a lot of doubt. I'm pressing X to doubt on this one. Almost said press F to doubt, but no respect just yet for Elephant. Right now it's just doubt. We'll see if we need to pay respect. I don't think they played well enough to deserve respects just yet. Vici Gaming though certainly have, and they want to use Blink Ravage from Old 11 on a target. They have smoked up here. There we go. Blink Ravage catches out onto 3. Yang will activate the BKB and try fly away with the Dark Ascension, and they'll manage to do so. Okay. So that's a very good sign. You survived a Blink Ravage initiation. Will you be able to get anything? I don't know if you want to chase this though. Yeah, super. You actually deserve to die there. What the hell are they thinking? Again, this is what I'm talking about, where Dota 2 comes down often to decision makings over and above execution. In terms of the execution, Elephants executed very well to avoid losing anybody to that triple Ravage. But the decision making to go for the further chase afterwards, yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Tier 2 tower middle getting taken down very, very easily as Ori shreds through it. We've got maximum points into presence of the Dark Lord right now. Definitely don't want to be fighting against this hero. Anybody that comes close will just get a right click to death in very short order.
It would appear Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Tier 2 in the top lane. Getting removed from the field of play. Absolutely no defense possible from Elephant. The scary and crazy thing is that they've done that part of the push without having the protection of the Aegis. They might be low to go up the hill until they have Ravage back up, but at the same time, they're also like, dude, we're hella strong right now. Own 11 blinks forward, doesn't need the Ravage to be available to zone all of these heroes back. They glimpse back FY. They're not going to dive further forward for the kill, but they should be content to just try and bring down this tier 3 tower. Jump in, Somnus. They get off a very nice electric vortex, and there's going to come the Soulbind. Ori falling quite low. He needs to get out of here. BKB has been activated. And they, for now, defended the tier 3 tower. And this is where Vici need to show some smart decision making and just back the hell up. And indeed they do. No Aegis to cover them. No Ravage to give them aggressive protection. So it's time to leave. And as they do so, Elephant have bought some much needed time. Hey, Halbert, take it easy, G. Sleep tight, fam. You've been working very hard. Everybody that's in chat, make sure that you go follow Halbert. Man's also been covering a lot of the games, you know, especially things that I haven't been able to get to. So get yourself some premier African caster here. Yang and the gang, smoke up. Oh, if they could have found the target on Ori there, it would have been amazing. But sadly, Ori not going to be anywhere nearby. Yang still doesn't have the blink dagger, so no easy initiation. Who does have blink is old 11. So he's trying to scout out FY. At the same time, they find DY and they will be able to get that kill. But Gust immediately thrown out by Poyoyo from the high ground. Means that Euros will die. Not a worthwhile exchange by any stretch of the imagination. Yang with the BKB, but look at the physical damage coming in from this team. 4-star forward by old 11 into the 2-hero Ravage. Double kill for Ori, the only survivor of this engagement being Somnus. Vici Gaming again punishing some questionable decision making from Elephant. Why would they chase in between the tier 2 and tier 3 when half the team is still on the high ground? And they know there's a blink dagger on Tidehunter. And they know they have like absurd amount of physical damage on Drow and Shadow Fiend. What the hell is happening here? Oh boy. Vici Gaming. 26 minutes into this game. Their gold advantage pretty massive. Experience as well, also in the same category, almost 15k too. And the scary thing, and the reason, honestly, in my opinion, why Elephant cannot come back, it's not even because of how well Vici is doing. It's because of just the fact that they're playing 4v5, legitimately. Yours is not actually a hero this game. This Lifestealer is effectively a range creep. The idea with this hero in the game, he's supposed to be the one that gets on top of the Drow. But the way things have been looking, hell, from old 11's also done a really good job from the laning phase. And his presence in this game has really made things complicated for Elephant. Why are they smoked with Eurus? Leave Eurus away from the smokes, dude. Eurus should be farming. Don't involve him in these fights. You're not gonna get anything out of it. Titan Sliver is going to be picked up by Eurus now. That's going to be very helpful.
I'll take that.
They need to delay. It's not like they have the late game advantage, but if the status quo stays the same, they have zero chance. So delaying as long as possible at least gets them to a point where Lifestealer has items. Finally been able to surpass again the Coddle in terms of net worth, but look at the effectiveness of these items. Lifestealer's still trying to finish off the SNY, but Coddle has the full Aghanim Scepter, so they have the Ignis available for the fight with the Will-O-Wisp.
4-star forward onto super. All right, he threw out the soul bind, so this might be a chance for them. BKB popped very early on by the Shadow Fiend. Somnus also using BKB. But this time, hey, look at the wisdom. They retreat. Good job, guys. Good job. And they still have global. They might want to try jump back in for this one. Yang triggers out the Dark Ascension flying forward. He finds DY here, but doesn't really want to stick around too much. He's just scouting vision for his team. They know that the Aegis is online. They would certainly be low to let it go. Yang gets glimpsed back, forces a BKB charge out of him. It's A-okay. It's defending the Roshan for now. They get back the life of this Grimstroke. Is Old 11 actually going to die this game? He's building AC. He has the Heaven's Halberd already. And I'm just seeing how these engagements have been going around him. And it's like, yeah, hard to imagine he actually loses his life. Especially with the contemporary damage issues being suffered by Elephant. Now they're going to lose the Aegis. Aghanim Shard going the way of the Dry Ranger, whilst Ori wants to take up the Aegis of the Immortal. So now we're going to have ourselves those Frost Arrows. As if Lifestealer's life could not become more difficult.